Kim Vera here. I just got done with the Isometrix workout, which is, I guess this is day 22 of P90X3, and we are in our transition week. So we just finished the first 3 weeks, which is the same workouts, 6 to 7 days a week. Now we're in this transition week, and then we start the next phase next Monday. So this is the first time that we've seen the Isometrix workout in the classic schedule. And how Tony explains it is the hardest part of yoga. So you take the flow out, and it's just focusing on balance and core and basically just holding on. So each move or exercise is held for 45 seconds, and the idea is to really get into that isometric contraction of each muscle and really hold on and get the most out of the workout. I really liked it. I am one of those few that balance stuff is pretty easy for me. There were a couple places that I was very challenged, but for those of you who do struggle with balance, really watch the modifier and just don't be afraid to tap that toe down or make notes in your guide. I was only able to hold this one for 30 seconds, or I came out of it a few times. And watch as you progressively get stronger and your balance increases. We all know that balance is so important. I had the opportunity to work with senior citizens a few years back, and that was one of the main things that they complained about losing first was their balance, their sense of balance, and being able to, react when they get off the foot and things like that. So now is the time for us to really focus on this and make sure that our cores are nice and strong, that we have a good sense of balance, so as we get older, we can combat injuries and just be a little bit more self-sufficient. Okay, so I wanted to break down a couple of the exercises that I thought maybe might give you some trouble, and if there's any others, please comment below, let me know, and I'll break those down for you too, okay? So the first one is a chair with a leg lift. So we've done a lot of chairs in the program so far, and remember I've been talking to you about proper squat form, pressing your weight through your heels, reaching back with your hips. So this is a chair on both legs. So my hips are way back, my knees are still behind my toes, so you can always see your toes, and I'm reaching back this way, okay? So when you do it on one leg, you're probably not going to get quite as deep, but the tendency is going to be to come forward with your knees instead of coming back with your hips. Does that make sense? So that's where you're going to feel pain in your knees. So we're going to lift one leg up, arms up, and then I'm still initiating the movement by shifting my hips back and slowly bending my knee. So you are going to feel this more in your quad because you're balancing. You're going to have to press a little bit through the ball of your foot. We really want to focus on trying to get that into your heel, holding right here. So I'm not going to do this. I'm not way forward, okay? So my hips are still pushing back, okay? So if you take your weight forward into your knee, it's going to hurt. So really focus on still initiating the movement by taking your hips way back, okay? Okay, so the next two I want to break down for you are pretty similar. One is a forearm side balance, and then the other is going to be just an extended arm plank side balance. So in the forearm side balance, the elbow is going to be directly underneath the shoulder. The base move is basically right here with your feet stacked. Again, so we're really focusing on pulling up through our hips and keeping everything forward, so you don't want to be tipped over or lean back too far. So the arm is going to be straight up, keeping our chest nice and open. So again, trying not to collapse down, keep everything nice and open. It gives a couple options. We can be here, lifting the leg up as long as we don't drop that hip. The other cue is here. Now, my only concern with this is that you're going to put a bunch of weight pushing onto your knee and drop your hips. So if you want to go for this option, that's great, but keep the hips lifted and just kind of keep a light touch on the leg there, okay? And then the advanced one is, you watch, see Drea extend her leg out. But I would say focusing right here is going to be just fine. But again, big things are keep the chest open, keep the hips open, don't let anything collapse in. Okay, same things apply later on in the workout when you do the full side plank. So we're here, extending the legs, stacking them up, and reaching. Again, chest is open to the front. Don't collapse down. again, you have the option to bring that foot up. And again, I'm worried about people pushing too hard on their knee, so just make sure that you're light here, okay? Now, I want to show you one that I really struggled with, because maybe other people will struggle with it too. And it's the bound dog. So basically, he's going to start you in plank, and I think this is important to give you the right distance between your hands and feet. So we're going to start in plank, then shift back into down dog. Now from here, the idea is, without moving your feet forward, to reach back and grab the opposite ankle, okay? And then I actually liked the cue that he gave to look up. That helped me. He said it was one of the higher modifications, but it helped me kind of get a little bit further into it. Now, focus on your hips. We don't want them to tip too much. Try to keep them even. This one was not too bad for me anyway. The one that got really hard was further down when you had to do it again and lift the opposite leg. And I'm going to try to show you, but I really struggled with it. Okay, so again, we start in that plank, lift up into down dog. I'm going to do the opposite leg, so I'm going to reach back and grab that foot. And see, I don't even know if I can do it, so I'm going to bring my feet in a couple inches, like he says is okay. And then I'm trying to lift this leg up, and as you can see, I'm struggling. But I was trying the whole time. I just tried through the whole 45 seconds. My foot dropped down a few times, my hand dropped down a few times. So I wrote that in my guidebook, or in my notes, that's when I struggled with. I dropped out, I think 7 times. So hopefully I can go a little bit further next time. And that's the whole idea with these workouts, is to just try to go a little bit further next time, challenge your body, be in control of your body, get stronger, more balance. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you with this first time through the Isometrix workout. If there were any of the exercises that challenged you that you'd like me to break down, go ahead and comment below, or if you have questions about these that you've seen. I think this is a really important workout. I think this is training that gets pushed aside as people are just trying to do strength training and cardio. Sometimes we lose that focus on balance and flexibility and just overall strength. So don't skip this one. I promise you that at the end of the 90 days, you're gonna appreciate having better balance and having that overall better fitness.